5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So this start was extremely chaotic. There was 41 riders. I was off the back, but I got a better start than I thought I did after watching this video. I was in the top teams, which was fine, which is where I was kind of wanting to be. But what happened, I got stuck in a rut and almost went down. I completely forgot about that. And, you know, I lost control, almost bit it, and got spit right off the back. Completely forgot about that until I reviewed like all the paper, got thinking about this race. And that kind of doomed me. You know, it was like the first minute of the race, and you know, I was done. So after that, my positioning was about as bad as it could get in the first 2 minutes of the race. I was spit off the back into the 30s, but I did my best to kind of move forward, but there was nothing I could do. So for me, the funnest part of the course is really early on. And that for me is also the only time I feel like I could really make any time. I wanted to get reckless. I wanted to send it, but I really couldn't because there was riders in front of me and riders behind me. I couldn't do anything that would put anybody else in danger. I'm fine with putting myself in danger, but I didn't want to try to pass somebody and ruin someone's day or weekend.
Thanks. Oh, not you.
Early on in this race, I really wanted to stay within my limits. I knew that it was really climbing heavy early on, and I didn't want to red line and spend the whole rest of the race, or at the very least the rest of the first lap, trying to recover from a big effort because I got spit out the back. The first 10-15 minutes I really wanted to stay within my limits but still keep moving forward. The really great thing about this race is that there are a lot of really fun, flowy descents. And even, things you overlook. I didn't even really think about it, you think of it as like flats. But then, if you're at a raced pace, it's really flowy and it is kind of a descent. It's a lot of fun racing some dudes, in these sections. In this race, I really did want to keep moving forward. That was the name of the game. But unfortunately, I had such a bad start and bad positioning at the beginning of the race. That was my only choice, was to move forward. And it was like one at a time. There was no big past 2, 3, 4 riders. It was one at a time, and there just wasn't a lot of race for me to move forward that much.
We got a faster pace going back here, man. Let's go, let's by.
So, about midway through the first lap, we'll say around 20 minutes, I did start getting a little frustrated. The riders that were, that I am competing with points-wise were in front of me. I kept, I was seeing them, and they were within my grasp, but I was stuck behind, a rider who, I saw was kind of blocking the trail and not letting some of us by. We had like a train of like 5 riders, and we probably would have blown right by him. But he held us up for a little while, and I was being kind of a dick. I feel a little bit bad about that. But early on, I feel like I could have turned a couple minutes faster because I was slowed up in the sections that I'm actually decent at, where I could have made up some time.
buddy.
I finally did get by some of the traffic and was back up with the guys that I competing with in points. And I was really wanting to push it because there was another section where I know really well and I can put in a little bit of time. And I was super excited about it. I hit it, and then
Get your shit together.
I started riding like poo. I missed 2 corners, slowed me down. The rider up the trail, and I lost tons of time. And then I battled back, wasted a ton of energy to at least get back on their wheel, and then, I just lost way too much time, or towards the end of the first lap, just because I was riding like crap. So, like I said, I was really frustrated because, there are sections that I look forward to, and if I'm slowed down, and sections that I'm looking forward to riding, I gotta get frustrated. But once I calmed down and stopped riding like poo, I was able to start riding really clean again towards the end of the lap before the gravel section. So the travel at the end of the lap is no joke. I tried to jump on some guys that caught me from the category behind me, and they just dropped me, and I couldn't even get in their slipstream. They were powering through. They were riding hard and strong. So by the end of lap 1, I was able to get back on the rider that had dropped me when I was riding like crap and I was stuck behind some other dudes. I was able to get back onto him, and I was able to ride with him for a while during lap 2. It was great, and I actually did pass him, but subsequently he ended up passing me later on in the lap. About lap 2, I did a really good job of catching rider, passing rider. That is something that I'm working on for the 2023 season. Even if they're not in my category, pass and lap, catch and pass, because if you settle in behind the riders, and you ride at their pace, you're losing time. Even if you just get in front of them and they're still able to hang on to you, you're able to make a little bit of time.
Yeah. Relax. Got it. No, okay. Thank you, dude. Wherever's good for you. I'll take it right here. Thank you.
woods section before the gravel, I was able to ride really clean, and I was riding pretty fast. I got caught by an older rider again from a different category, but I was able to stay on him through the woods section. So that means, you know, I was riding fast, even though prior to getting caught, I was not riding fast. And it felt really good. And I was feeling really strong at the time. when we hit the gravel at the end of the race, it was something else. I was feeling really strong at the time. I was feeling great. You know, I was catching people, passing people. I'm seeing folks ahead of me. And I did end up catching a rider in my category, caught him, passed him, and then all of a sudden I started getting cramps in my calves. They just came on all of a sudden on the final climb, and I was like concerned that I would not make it. I was like, oh no, am I gonna have to push this bike, you know? But, you know, I just kept yelling at myself the whole time, like just power through, and I was able to make it and finish. But when I got off the bike, it was the worst of pains. Finish as well as I had hoped. I did way worse place-wise than last year. I did better time-wise by like 8 minutes, which I'm happy about that. It's just frustrating because, you know, I have personal growth and personal improvement, but it's not showing in my placing. You know, I think I will do better to ride a little more aggressive next race. Not like a jerk, but just be more aggressive. But I definitely think that I need to find my places a little bit better to pass, work on starting a little bit better, being more aggressive, not giving up position so easily. But yeah, I had a lot of fun the Fairhill XC race, but I'm looking forward to Iron Hill. If you like this content, please like, share, subscribe.